Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Papyrus Motorsports Park, this time for the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. We're gearing up for 27 laps of action, cloudy skies once again here in Massachusetts, as we gear up for the 31st race of the season. Charles Sandfer can't be stopped, 6th pole of the 2021 Digital Storm Cup Series season, as he has already won 3 races here in the playoffs. Island Rally, Darlington, and Atlanta. Ozkan, the only other playoff driver with a win from Bristol Dirt, as Andrew Rich got the monkey off his back and won last week at Armory Digital. I'm joined once again in the booth by Vince Freeze.
Who will stop the Terminator, Zach? Now, anyway, who's going to stop this Terminator that is Charles Sandfer? Can we get another playoff driver winning? We know these guys in the truck race, they did stretch it, but here with the cloudy conditions, they're about 4 to 5 seconds faster. I don't see it happening. Skill's going to matter. Playoff contenders about. We're in October. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Halloween season. Let's get it.
Charles Sandfer on the pole with Logan York, who he's been sharing time with down in the Jerky Pro Truck Series, so a fitting front row there between the both of them. Logan will drive that 33 truck for the last 2 races of the season. In row 2, last week's aforementioned winner, Andrew Rich, with Dylan Young, who lately has been qualifying well, but not had the race pace. We'll see if they got the race pace here today. Row 3 is his teammate and another playoff winner in the playoffs, Samet Ozkan, who's locked into the finale with Jessica Shelton to his right side. Row 4, pair of teammates, Allison Rain and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. And in row 5, another pair of teammates in the form of Colt Hudson, running this Race Energy Voodoo scheme for the whole month of October, and Keith Rich, who will run the Race Energy Strawberry Culotta scheme for the entire month of October. The Flickinger brothers are in row 6, as we'll go through the rest of the starting lineup. Vince will go over who missed the show and who our past winners are, and one little silly season news.
Yeah, Christian Vargas, Stephen Cologne, Lane Sanders, Laura Chung, Yepez, which we'll talk about him in a minute, Hamid, Rash, and Smith all missed the race. The past winners, we have Zach Rogers in 17. 2018, it's John Nunn. I believe that's how you say his name, John Nunn. 2019, Gold Deaver. 2020, Seth Cole. And Yepez will take over that number 18 car at the end of the season. He'll go over in the 2022. Sponsors will probably be the same as always. Should be interesting to see if Toyota can get back in the game, as you see that nice Turner hometown scheme with Northeast Sports now. And that's it, buddy. We're back.
Yep, the New England Sports Network. Nesson Fuel on this number 17. Interesting race statistic to cover here is in the first 2 cup races at this track's history, the driver that started on the final row won the race. Zach Rogers, 2017, started last. John Nunn in 2018 started 41st. You've got Turner and Onjack in the final row coming into this race.
Your ex-teammates from last year. Remember that. But anyway, it's the Terminator out front. Can Andrew Rich go back-to-back after his incredible win at Armory last week? Can we get a new person in? Is Dylan Young trying to get back in the conversation for Big 5? Can Rain win and break the streak? Or will somebody like Fitzy and Zorlin shake it up? We'll find out.
Dylan Young has not won a race since Martinsville all the way back in May. Charles Sandfer has won just as many races as months since Dylan Young's last win. Green flag is out and we are underway. And if Andrew Rich could get a dub at a road course, Vince, that would be his first road course win. In fact, Rich has won 12 of his races on speedways. Or no, actually, 10 of his races on speedways and 3 of them from super speedways in his career. So he has not won on a road course or a short track in his cup career just yet.
Elton knows this could be a big opportunity for her. Looks underneath Dylan Young 3 wides. They funnel into the right-hander.
When Andrew Rich got really close to the wall there, I thought that was going to spell disaster. We had a surprise winner yesterday, Vince, in the form of Brad Lewis.
What?
I don't think we're going to have strategy come into play today. But Cole Deaver, man, he's still looking for victory lane. As Rain is going to get clipped by Rowe. That puts Flickinger and Tringali in the wall. But they keep it straight. But heavy front-end damage for the 7.
I think Rain's got heavy right side too, Zach. That could be costly for her as they try to funnel it back. What a save, though.
Things got really dicey here. They tend to be on the first lap. Seth Cole, poor qualifying run. He won here last season. Tringale's going to dip at the pit road. Not the race he wanted after the showing he had yesterday. Several playoff drivers qualified in the back. Seth Cole, Nate Rogers. And now Rain is falling backwards. You can see the heavy door damage on the right side. That's not going to help her out aerodynamically at all. As Charles Sandfer led the first lap at the front. They've died down at the front of the field from Rose contact. That'll be something to look at post-race. How about Colt Hudson? He was running up front in the Jerky Pro race, and here he is again. As Logan York has taken the early race lead over Charles Sandfer. As here comes Fitzwater. Remember, Vince, he has not won a race in Cup yet on a road course.
Yeah, he needs to get a clutch win right here. Time's ticking for him. And we know he's a road course ace in the Truck Series, but could transfer over. This place is known to have some interesting draft runs. It's not like the Truck Series, but you can't do it with a little bit bigger spoiler than last year, if I remember correctly.
Fitzwater's last win came in the race after Dylan Young's last win, and that was at Bristol when we raved the paved variant. So these two drivers started off very strong. They had 3 wins within the first third of the season, but they have gone winless since. And the tide really turned there at the midpoint of the regular season towards Zorlin, towards Charles Sandfer, towards our surprise winners in the form of, Seth Cole, Dylan Young, or no, not Dylan Young, Seth Cole, Kev Shearer, Nate Rogers, among some others. Of course, Charles Sandfer with the breakout coming into the playoffs. So you see everybody with their own little sections of the season where they've been very dominant. So, when does that tide change? When does Charles Sandfer's momentum disappear? And who will take over that momentum as now Dylan Young and Fitzwater are right on Logan York's back bumper. Geez. As look at Jessica Shelton. Going to take third place from Fitzwater. Her best race on the year was Denver, where she came very close to a win. Made it into the playoffs on points. Man, if she got a win here today, Vince, that would be something else.
Yeah, I think this could be one of those races where Dylan Young, we know he's good at these interesting type. Remember Island Rallies? We go back to Island Rally. He was leading, and then we're just going to assume he hit a jump or something, and then had a weird pick strategy. But
I think it was just a pit strategy, to be honest
I think it was
with you.
pitch, but he's good at these unique type places, and Papyrus fits the mold. But can Jessica Shelton? This could be big for her. Pensacola, we know anyone can win, but this could be one of her last shots. We don't know about Memphis or Homestead, for that matter.
Yes, indeed. If you look at the upcoming schedule, Jerky Pro and Cup are at Memphis next weekend, and then Cup has 2 weeks to themselves before the finale at the end of the month at Chicagoland. Homestead and Pensacola, 2 races, 2 weeks in a row in the state of Florida. Pensacola sure to be wild. As Adam Flickinger is on pit road with an issue. Tringale is still on track without a front end. See Sam Young not having the good day he had yesterday. We look at the back end of the pack. Ferranti struggling, Kev Shearer struggling. Jesse Turner making his way forward. There you see Allison Rain. The back end damage is just not helping her at all. She is down to 25th place. Turner making his way forward. Onjak has made it up to the top 20, I believe.
Am I behind Seth? Wow.
Actually, no. He is 26. Rain is down to 30th. So Seth Cole up to 25th. Trying to make his way forward. Derek Hamill's in the top 20. Quinton Moore. Nate Rogers up to 18th. How about Priya McShane running in 14th? Remember, there's still a top 30 battle for owners points going on. Yepes came in 37 behind Matt Rod. McShane 38 behind Matt Rod. As Matt Rod runs in 39th place. Remember, that team is not coming back. Those owner points will be transferred to somebody. The league will let somebody buy up those owner points, and we still believe the likely candidate is one of those 2 new S3 Motorsports cars in the form of Henry Sandfer and Seth Cole. But Seth Cole is believed to be taking his owner points with him to S3, so those owner points would come in handy for Henry Sandfer. if S3 gets those points, as it is a dogfight at the front. Fitzwater has taken the lead. Dylan Young is fading back. How about Sack, Flickinger, Keith Rich? They're up here still in the mix, Vince, as you got Jonathan Zorlin, playoff driver, creeping up to the front. But Fitzwater's the one in the lead.
Yeah, anybody, even if Sandfer doesn't win, anybody who spoils the party, well, that would just help Sandfer and Ozkan. But Fitzy, this is his shot. Jessica Shelton, this is her shot. Sanford's still working, but I don't know if he's got the strongest right now. It could be that second run, as you see a 1:12.7 for Zorlin with that draft.
Zorlin and Rowe are the fastest cars on the track. Rowe does not have any damage. How about James Ellison up here in 12th in this pack? Same with Hudson, as you see them start to split back to ace. Nate Rogers continues to make his way forward, Vince. He is 18th on the time chart, but he started way in the back. By the way, we will relook at the incidents in this race. Jerky Pro, there was nothing worth looking back at. But we definitely got to take another look at what happened to Rain, and then whatever happened to Adam Flickinger. Definitely something to look at the end of this race. But how about Ellison, man? What a run. He's currently leading the Rookie of the Year fight, and with Sam Young at the bottom of the running order, he's looking good to extend that lead with what would be 4 races left in the season. As 3 wide for third they go. Sack, Flickinger, York, Sandfer. Sandfer getting shoved out into the dirty area of the racetrack. As the top 2 just kind of running in line right now, Vince. Fitzy and Shelton.
Smart move. We still got pit stops here. Field window is coming. Fall off will be not exceptional, but will happen even with the cloudy conditions.
So, Vince, yesterday we saw everyone kind of ran it as far as they could, and then they cut it in half and they pit for tires. Do you foresee them maybe splitting this race into thirds, maybe pitting 999, or do you want to run it out as hard as you can since draft isn't as important here? If you think about it, you could probably push this thing to lap 22, take fuel only, maybe 2 tires, and gain a couple of seconds.
Yeah, run as hard as you can. There's no point of splitting into thirds. I mean, thirds is a great strategy. Don't get me wrong if you're somebody who's trying to throw a Hail Mary, but if you're a playoff contender, I think just go hard as you can right now. And it's not like we're having these massive packs. Now, one thing we will say is the pit road entry. It usually gets clustered here. If you can have a nice draft distance and gap, let's say Young to Zorlin right there, you can make it up on entry. That could be good. But that will be timed out, let's say lap 10, 11. We'll start looking at that timing.
Man, what a run for Sack Flickinger today. In the top 5 still. Dylan Young still keeping his head around the top 5. Zorlin up to 5th. York and Keith Rich inside the top 10. And then Ozkan, Rich, Andrew Rich at that, Ellison. Nate Rogers continuing to push forward. We'll see how far he can push up. RJ Bishop with a good run going. And Seth Cole has just been unable to move forward as Rain continues to struggle to stay in front of some of these guys. Dylan Young side by side with Sack Flickinger. Young gets the draft from Shelton, and he'll clear for third. Coming to lap 9. Let's see if anybody takes on pit lane here. Looks like the answer is gonna be no. So now Young will look for second on Shelton, but Flickinger is gonna dip back to the bottom. Ooh, Zorlin, close contact.
Yeah, the side drafting is going to get more aggressive here. Now, Fitzwater, who is leading this race, knows the field strategy better than ever. He was in the truck race. Same with Sandfer, and his protege won. Don't think they don't share notes last night. I think this could be one of those races where Fitzy can control the pace, which he's doing right now, and run away later in the run, as he seems to be good in the long run. But look at Dylan Young. He's trying to sniff a draft a little bit higher in that right-hander.
Zorlin doesn't seem to maybe have race-winning pace today, but you never know with strategy. Fall-off is at about 2 seconds now. 2.5 seconds for some people, based on their hot laps. See Dylan Young trying to get a move on Shelton, but Shelton pinches him. Young's going to get better throttle, though, off the corner. That's going to give him the advantage here for second place, as Shelton's going to lose a ton of time. So out of second place goes the 0-2. Dylan Young, Flickinger, and Sandfer up. Oh, pit stops.
Ozkan stays. Good move.
Ozkan stays out, and everybody else is going to come down the pit lane. Hudson, a little contact there to Ace Rogers. Amanda Evans stayed out. Edwin Justice is going to get into Peter Onjak. Everybody else still down pit road. So Onjak and Turner into their last 2 stalls there. Justice doesn't appear to have gotten a ton of damage. So 4-tire stop here on lap 10. So Ozkan and Amanda Evans, the 2 to stay out. See how long they stretch it, but who comes out of pit road first? It is Fitzwater by a good margin. Then Dylan Young, Zorlin with Shelton and Zach Flickinger side by side. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Nate Rogers comes out very good on pit road. Oh boy, Logan York lost a lot of time.
Sandfer's nowhere to be found.
Where did Charles Sandfer go? Oh man, he lost a ton of time. There's Rain fixing her damage. So Sandfer lost a ton of time. I don't think he's in winning contention anymore. As Ozkan and Evans will be the last to hit pit road here on the first cycle. So looking like maybe the longest you can go is lap 20, lap 21, Vince. Ooh, that could have been bad for Ozkan there. Tringali coming out of his stall.
Yeah, it's a good move for Ozkan. You have the win in the bank. Let's try some strategy you can use for, let's say, Chicagoland or something down the road. I like that move. Now, Shelton needs to get a move on because Fitzwater seems to have the dominant car out front. I think they'll, yeah.
She's going to block Nate's run there, but Nate's going to make a move here off of turn 6. But he's going to get nothing from it.
Let's see where Ozkan foils at here.
Ozkan will come out behind Fitzwater. Behind Zorlin.
He's in it. He's still in this. 100%.
Absolutely. He's going to be in the lead pack's draft. I think right now, though, it's down to Fitzwater, Dylan Young, and Zorlin. So we're looking at what would be our 3rd playoff driver to punch a ticket to the finale with 3 races left after this one. Which means we could still see 6 drivers in the finale, but I'd say more like... I'm looking at 5, to be honest with you, Vince. I think we're going to have 4 or 5. And what's crazy is when we talk about our self-dubbed Big 5, one of those Big 5 isn't going to be in it because Ozkan won a race. And I'd say that could come down to really any of them. You know, Sorlin's had his moments. Rain's had her moments. Same with Fitzy and Dylan Young. You know, those 4, they've got these 4 races left. So if they're able to split them up among themselves, we're going to have a heck of a battle at Chicagoland. But, you know, Pensacola's wild. And I think one of these guys could end up missing. Heck, 2 or 3 of them could end up missing if Sandfer starts going on a tear again and wins another race.
That's the thing. And in Memphis last year, remember what happened to Andrew Rich and Chicagoland? I mean, that one wreck could change everything over there at a short track. We know being the leader at a short track is scary. We've seen that throughout the entire year. But by now, Fitzwater needs to do his job here. He's got one more stop. Dylan Young needs to stay in that draft. And Zorro needs to pick up the 2nd pack coming, I think.
Yeah, they are closing the gap. So is Zach Flickinger, Shelton, Nate Rogers, Ellison, Ozkan, Rowe, and Quentin Moore. They are all absolutely flying right now. Andrew Rich, Keith Rich, Ace Rogers, all the Rays Energy cars in a line except for Colt Hudson, who I believe dipped back. How about Jesse Turner up to 17th place? You see Onjak right here too. There's the other Rays Energy car. Seth Cole still struggling. There's Charles Sandfer, 27th. He's fast, though. I'm sure he'll get back up towards the front. Just very bad pit road execution on his team's part. And then, you know, not the run Allison Rain wanted at all. And this is the driver I would be concerned about, Vince, because when you look at her success, she's never won on a short track. Pensacola's Pensacola. She has one on
Homestead.
Super Speedways before, but Homestead, I would be looking at Homestead because you know she's gonna be good at Chicagoland. You know she's gonna be good. You know she's gonna be in the top 5 running. But it won't matter if she doesn't get a win.
It's when you're in, and then Homestead's her one shot, just like Pensacola is the one shot for anyone in the field to change their career, right? Some people, this might be their only season, or are looking for something next year that they don't have anything. Maybe going to the trucks. That one win can change the career. But Dylan Young, he's trying to make a statement here. Just got around Fitzy.
And it's crazy to think, that we went through Darlington and Atlanta, and Charles Sandfer won both the races.
Yeah, I think Rain just didn't have the pit strategy at that time. Now, well, what do you do here if you're Fitzwater? Do you play it cool, save a little fuel, fuel out Dylan Young, try to find a reference point to see where he's better and you're worse, or just go for it and send it?
Looking like we might have a top 6 breakaway potential, maybe a top 4 breakaway, as Shelton and Nate Rogers are now struggling to catch the top 4. Zach Flickinger drove away in the draft. Ozkan's got a lap pressure tires, but there's only so much he can do here as well. So Nate trying to find the way by Shelton, not going to get the right angle into turn 4 here. Fitzwater
Yes.
just kind of right there on his bumper of Dylan Young.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Fitzwater, like I say, he's just doing a reconnaissance lap of feeling out where Dylan Young's better, where he's worse, trying to find out where the clean air is. As you see, he tucks his left side just a little bit underneath Dylan Young's left. This is Roland and Flickinger come. Now, Shelton, she's a playoff driver, and we know her season's been up and down. We know Denver was her best run. This could be a good chance. That win. Fitzwater still tucking well.
Shelton's season, 6 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and a pole. Average finish of 16.63, average start 15.23. She is second to last in playoff drivers through the first 5 races of the playoffs as far as points accumulation goes, as Fitzwater will take back the lead from Dylan Young. Shelton and Nate Rogers fading from this group, as they pretty much are just riding in the draft now. And it's going to take some work from these guys on back to just try and keep up to where when they do go to pit again, they can just throw it into the pit lane and they'll gain a decent amount of time, maybe get back in the draft. You don't have to throw it in to get back to the leader, you just got to throw it in to get back to 4th. Zach Flickinger right now has been our underdog, chilling at the front, as they're going to catch the 7 of Nico Tringali, lap car inbound. Likely the only lap car of the whole race.
We got Fitzwater out front. He could get angry here.
But now the real question is, when do you pit? This time by will be 12 to go. After they take the line next time by, I believe they'll be in the window, and Dylan Young might be trying to use Tringali as a pick here. Oh, and they're all going to have to check up. That's going to help Shelton and the others, but they were too busy battling back there too. Oh, and Fitzwater had to check up a bit. Doesn't have the preferred grip over Tringali in the corner. That let Rowe close up a lot. Zorland's actually going to go to the right. Zach Flickinger's going to maybe make it 3 wide. No, he thought better of it. Oh, that was the bad decision by Zorland. Now he is pinned to the bottom. It's Fitzwater and Dylan Young now 1-2. Zorland racing against his teammate here, trying to find a way by the 7. This is just letting Dylan Young and Fitzwater go by. Zorland picked the wrong line there going into turn 4. And Flickinger's going to try and put him up top 3 wide. But Zorland clears. Now here comes Rowe and Ozkan. Will they have to hold up for the 7, or will they get right on by him?
One thing I noticed, Zach, I think Tringali is really strong in the corners, but he just has no straightaway speed. That's it. That's still Young, though, looking for the lead, trying to make a statement here again.
11 laps to go. Into the window we are. So now you got to wonder what the strategy game will be as Young takes the race lead back. Dylan's looking for what would be his 4th win on the season and his 5th of his career. Coming into this year, just one win in his name. Kind of crazy. Him, Charles Sandfer, Fitzwater, all very low on the all-time wins list. They've really gone off this year. Of course, Sorlin and Rain came in high on the wins list. Now they're up there, top of the list with Andrew Rich. And Charles Sandfer, man, came in with just 2 wins to his name, and he's up to 10 career wins now. Speaking of Charles Sandfer, where is he running? He is back up to 24th place, but that pack spans from 15th all the way down to 32nd, so that is a hornet's nest and a half.
We're always there, Zach. He is calling to the back of these 4, same with Ozkan, and I don't think we can count them out now, for sure.
And the more draft racing these guys do, so you see Nate getting stuck behind Tringali. Shelton has fallen backwards. But there you see, here's the big pack with Amanda Evans right at the front of it. They're just kind of riding in line, to be honest. Tough break, Sam Young and Sebastian Kugelon, non-existent all race. That top 30 battle, Priya McShane is in 15th. Matthew Rodriguez is in 32nd, so that would be a 17-point gain. That would put McShane 21 back with 4 races left in the season. That's very important for next year, as the top 30 are locked into the first 5 races of the season.
Warner's rolling the center again, but he can't get out. Here we go. Now here's Rowan Ozkan. They're in the pack. What do you do here if you're Rowe? Do you stay in line? No, I think I would. I don't think I would push the issue right now. You've made it. Try to save those tires, cool them off. We got someone pitting. Dylan Young's pitting.
Dylan Young's going to pit, and Fitzwater's going to go another lap. Fitzwater's going to be by himself.
Oh, no. Tringali's pitting, too.
He's going to gain a heck of a lot of time here on Ozkan. Colt Hudson will stay out. William Brock will stay out. Kev Shear is going to stay out another lap. Foster Henderson. Oh, this is where things could get dicey. Logan Williams, don't do it. Oh, we checked up in time. Nice.
Landon Smith Jr. is also staying out.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, indeed, you are correct. So we had 6 guys stay out. Who comes out first? It's going to be Dylan Young. Sorlin, Sack Flickinger, Rowe, Ozkan. The front runners. Remember Rowe in that fight for 12th in the standings with Andrew Rich. Rich coming in, 13-point advantage. Cole Deaver came in 48 points behind Rich. And then Quentin Moore is 118 points behind in that fight. Coming to what'll be 8 to go, Fitzwater will drop it down on the pit lane. I believe the strategy will be the same here. It'll just be he'll have a lap tire advantage here. So we'll see how much time Hudson, Brock, and Kev can gain by pitting on an empty pit lane. Not that it's going to mean much for Kev, because he's got to win a race to be in the finale.
I think his best shot is Pensacola, as Zach would list it, for sure.
Definitely. Kev, sight of his first career win. Adam Flickinger might be a lap car here. He has yet to pit again. He still has 1 stop left. So here comes Dylan Young. There goes Fitzwater.
Young should get out in front of him, but Fitzy will definitely still play a factor, I think.
There goes Dylan Young to the lead. Zorlin in second. Zach Flickinger will fly by for third. And I think Rowe and Ozkan might be in range. Once again, what a run for James Ellison and Keith Rich, man. They don't get these runs often.
Actually, Ellison recently has been doing pretty well. I know he had a good run at the Glen here and a couple other races, too. He's just been hovering top 10, 15. Got to give him credit.
Coming into this race, Ellison, 24th in the points, a top 5, 3 top 10s on the season. Has missed 3 races total. comes in 15 points behind Ferranti for 23rd. And 41 behind Ace Rogers for 22nd, as fighting for points positions has become harder and harder every week. You want to talk about a gap? William Brock is in 18th in the points, but he is 85 behind Zach Flickinger. As Adam Flickinger will pit, and that held up Dylan Young. Zorlin looking for the race lead. Here comes Zach Flickinger. 17th in the standing, 6 back from Keith Rich, 28 back from Quinton Moore. Zach Flickinger hasn't won a race since Dover back in 2018. But how about Zorlin? He's won 4 races on the season, and the last time he won a race was all the way back at Indianapolis in June. Zorlin has only won this season when he's gone back-to-back. Dodge Motordrome to Meadowlands, last race of April, first race of May. And then Springfield and Indy, last race of May, first race of June. This is the first race of October. Could he win the last race of October, based on that coincidence?
We'll see. I mean, he did win the All-Star race, too, in between that. It's just a fun event, but... Now the question is, can Fitzy with that one lap pressure tire, where is he? He's showing up. There's Rowe. Ozkan's falling off, though, a little bit from Rowe.
Rowe is definitely in Fitzy's draft, and they are catching, but Ozkan fell back that time by. I think it's a 5-horse race, Vince. 3 playoff drivers looking to lock themselves into the finale. 2 drivers out here just looking for a win.
Well, actually, not just looking for a win, Zach, but Charles Sandfer is the Terminator's best friend, right? They get a win. It just takes one of these spots away.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's right. It will take a spot away from one of these guys. Speaking of Charles Sandfer, let's look at the running order. Turner's up to 12th. Talked about starting on the final row. Onjak up to 18th. Of course, pit road only gets you so far. There is a certain amount of talent there going on. Seth Cole, non-existent all race in 22nd. And Charles down in 24th. Didn't lose any more time. I don't believe we're going to see any more lappers. No, it is going to be down to these guys. So we're coming to 5 to go. Fitzwater is going to have the door shut on him by Zach Flickinger. They are working to catch up here in draft. You see Dylan Young with a little bit of a run, but Flickinger, Fitzwater, and Rowe are hauling. 5 to go.
This is it, buddy. And now when do you make the move? Fitzwater is going to look for 3rd. It's going to help Rowe catch up as well. This is big. Does Dylan Young wait to the last lap? Do you want to be the leader? We saw in the truck race he didn't want to be in 2nd. Leader held his own, but we'll find out.
Fitzwater up to 3rd. Zorlin's got the fastest lap on the race still, but will it matter when Fitzy's got a lap pressure tires and has led a lot of this race? Look at the difference there in turn 4. Fitzwater's looking like a very good favorite here, Vince. He's got the tires. Good call by him to stay out another lap. Since he was able to come out in the draft. You know, if he hadn't come out in the draft, I think it probably would have been over for him. But just look at the difference he gets in the turn, man. Side by side with Dylan Young. Rowe's going to make a move on Flickinger, and that's going to help both of them out.
I think Fitzwater's the man on the mission now. The only other thing Fitzwater has to worry about, and so is Zorn, is a lapper. But that would be Tringali. I don't know where he would be at.
I just covered last time by that I don't think they're going to catch another lapper. They might catch the 78, but I don't think it's likely.
Now, what does Fitzy do? He's now the mouse chasing the cat, as I like to say, or cat and mouse, whatever. The point is, I think it's he loses a little bit there, but I think he's just setting up the time. He's setting up the time, trying to get that right side clean of that arrow wash that is typical with these cars. He's going to use Dylan Young's draft as a pick. Watch this. He'll block that right there, yeah. But Young's going to go underneath a little bit, but just wash up.
See, Fitzwater's lap last time by was 0.2 faster than Zorlin. He's peeking the nose here. Will he throw it in now? Zorlin jumps down. Zorlin not intimidated by Fitzwater. Fitzwater peeks the nose there off the exit of turn number 5.
Rowe.
Rowe looking for third on Dylan Young, and he is going to stick the nose in there. Dylan Young
looking for that first cup win, but back to you.
Dylan Young doesn't look like he's going to have the pace to win, but Rowe looking to get his first win of the season. But got to give Dylan Young props to having race pace today. As Fitzwater is going for it into turn 2 on Jonathan Zorlin.
Even Fitzy's got the edge. Now, can he hold it in this blind crest, up the blind crest a little bit, now down the blind crest? Rowe is coming. What does Zorlin do? Does he send her?
Rowe's got the run. Zorlin's got to check up. Give the lead to Fitzwater.
Zachary Fitzwater Sr. looking to pop the champagne and get into the finale. He'll have to hold him off for 2.5 laps. Unless Rowe has something to say about that if he gets around Zorlin.
Can Zorlin do anything with the draft? I think he's had the best car in draft all race. You can just tell from his lap time he said earlier. There you see he gets a run. Rowe is right there with him. He's peeking the nose, Vince. If Rowe goes with Zorlin, that's going to hurt Fitzwater big time. 2 laps to go at the start-finish line. There's the move. Rowe's going with, but Rowe might make it 3 wide. Dylan Young gives draft to the 5. It's going to be 3 wide for the lead with 2 to go. Fitzwater's going to check up big. Here comes Dylan Young back into the fold.
This is a playoff spot in the line. Zorlin can't believe what he's seen. Alexander Rowe, the spoiler, could be Charles Sanford's best friend. But
Fitzwater.
Here comes Fitzwater with that run. Yep.
Fitzwater clears Dylan Young, trying to push Zorlin back by Rowe into turn 4. He'll do just that. And Fitzwater will clear Rowe.
Fitzy's run on exit. Oh, in the center, he's looking good. Let's see what he gets to run on exit.
Zorlin just trying to block it. They're going to go into turn 5 here. They'll be coming to the white flag. Rowe and Young still racing. Flickinger just kind of watching this all unfold.
See with the run.
Jesse Turner jumped into the top 10. Fitzwater looking, no draft. Does Zorlin drop the nose, or the back bumper, I mean? Yes, he does. He puts the block on him. They'll be coming to the white. No lap cars in sight.
This is it. It's a 3, maybe 4. Dylan Young's got to get up there. Here comes Rowe. This could be big for Zorlin.
Rowe's going to make the move, but Dylan Young stays in line. No draft help for Rowe. Remember, Fitzwater's got a lap on Zorlin. He could probably make this move anywhere. Into turn 2, still nothing. Rowe's going to peek to his left. That gave Fitzwater a bit of a higher line. That might be the move right here.
He keep it underneath him, though. He's going to peek to the right, left, go. Look out.
Fitzy looking to the left. Not the way you want to enter turn 4. Rowe's going to get to his right side. Can he get him cleared? This might be Zorlin's race to win.
If Rowe gets a higher run, though, it ain't over. Young's going to go with Rowe a little bit. Fitzy needs to really get the forward bite on the bottom.
Fitzwater's going to throw it.
That might just cost him the win, though, because I think Zorlin's going to set sail.
Out of turn 5 they go. Can Fitzwater get any amount of draft on Jonathan Zorlin? The run is there. Rowe is going to be right on his bumper. Rowe's going to peek out for second, but no time. Jonathan Zorlin punches his ticket to the finale. And a heck of a finish here at the end. And I'm sure Fitzy is fuming mad that Rowe went 3 wide there, because that put him up in the dirty stuff in turn 1, and I think that's ultimately what put Fitzwater back in a position of playing catch-up. But you could also say making the move on Zorlin here into turn 4 to the left was the bad call. Should have gone to the right. But Jonathan Zorlin is the 3rd driver to punch his ticket. That's Zorlin's 5th win on the season. And that's his 13th career win. Once again, Vince, we have a 3-way tie for most wins in series history.
It's been that battle will go down to the end of the season, and then next season, obviously, we'll see who can run away. But we got to give credit to Zorlin. When he knew his back was against the wall with the races coming up, makes it a party of three in the finale. Now the question is, can he just build enough speed and find the setup for that mile and a half at Chicagoland and win this championship? We'll have to stay tuned.
Matt Rod finished 29th, McShane 20th. McShane will gain 9 points on the top 30 battle. That'll put her 29 points back. Rowe going to come home third. Dylan Young fourth. Zach Flickinger fifth. Great run for Flickinger. Keith Rich 6th. Ozkan 7th. Ellison 8th. Nate Rogers 9th. And Jesse Turner rounding out the top 10. Andrew Rich 12th. Shelton 13th. Quentin Moore 14th. Onjack 15th. Derek Hamill coming home in 16th place. Very good run for him. But it's Jonathan Zorlin who got the W here today. And we will see you guys... Oh, actually, we have two things to look at. And then we will see you guys next week for Memphis. Here's what happened on lap 1 that took Rain out of contention for the win. 3 wide into turn 5. And Rowe's going to turn down here thinking maybe he was clear. But Rain checked up more than he probably anticipated, and just the slightest amount of contact to the back bumper sent Rain up in the Adam Flickinger. You see her fighting the brake, fighting the wheel. She got a lot of right side damage from this. Adam up into the wall, and Tringali nowhere to go. And then, don't believe anything else happened to the 78. Believe it was just a decision to pit. And yeah, that was ultimately what happened. So that is all we had to look at. So we will see you guys at Memphis. Zorlin joins Charles Sandfer and Samet Ozkan as a driver punched into the finale. 3 races remain. Things are going to get wild in these last 3 events, and we'll see you guys then.